If the rain isn't bringing us hope, then we should start looking forward to some muddy fun. Come on, Joey, let's get into this mud. I want to propose a challenge to you, but I bet our last shred of hope lies buried in this. Let's relax, take a mud bath, and pull some weeds. Maybe we'll sense nature's anticipation and responsibility. With a command from Bert, the plow charged into the soil like a superhero in the ocean, kicking up waves of mud and bringing new hopes for the family. Just then, a rock blocked the way. Bert urged the horse to stop, but Joey, excited, split it in half. Hearing the commotion, neighbors came running to witness this miracle-making horse team. Except the irritable landlord mocked Bert's mom, saying a kid couldn't play in rain without hurting. You might lose a finger if you keep this up. I need to manage my son on my lawn. Very mysterious. The landlord fled in shame after being roasted. Watching his son clear the land with such flair, the father was beaming with pride, feeling like he was carried off by the earth after the rain. His shoulder was even chafed to blood, and his mother wiped it with strong liquor. Bert hated the smell of alcohol since in his memory. His father either drunk or on the way to buy liquor, which explained their family's misfortune. His mother didn't say much and pulled out medals from a pile of old junk. Turns out, his father was a decorated cavalryman, but he wasn't proud of it, tossing those medals right after the war. His father's kindness and contradictions drove him to drink, escaping past pain. No wonder he bought Joey facing slaughter, but saw his father's complexity. He made a silent vow to make his father proud, aiming to become a cavalryman just like him. So he rode Joey up the hill every day, zooming past that landlord's son on his bike. The girls were instantly smitten, but alas, the joy was short-lived as a sudden storm ruined the carrot harvest. The other family's hopes were completely dashed, just when war broke out and Britain declared on Germany, needing horses for this. So, while Bert was away, his father tearfully sold Joey to an officer named Loki. When Bert arrived, he begged the officer not to buy, but the deal was done. Faced with an unchangeable reality, he decided to enlist, but he was obviously too young. Luckily, Loki loved horses. He took off his cap and sincerely promised Bert, "I will take good care of him. If I can, he'll return to show you all he can do." Reluctantly, Bert agreed. As the army departed, Bert tied his father's flag to Joey and promised, "No matter where you are, I will find." Thus began Joey's legendary life. On his first day at the camp, he faced off against the black horse. The owner sarcastically said Joey was just a pretty face, while behind Blackthorn. Loki felt a bit annoyed, but as a subordinate, he had to take it. During the next day's sprint exercise, he rode Joey against the commander's Blackthorn in a showdown. The race began, and Blackthorn zoomed ahead, while Joey chased closely behind, leaving the other horses in the dust. "Come on, Joey, I know you can do this. Let's go. Joey, you got this." In the end, Joey won with a horse-length advantage, and the commander genuinely recognized him. While chatting, the two horses formed a strong bond of friendship. The next day, Loki painted Joe's magnificent figure. He then prepared to write a letter to Bert, eager to share Joe's amazing performance at camp. However, this piece was short-lived. 1914 saw the cavalry arriving in France. They received orders to charge the German army, who outnumbered them 3-1. Loki felt uneasy, but couldn't guarantee Joe's safety. So he sent out Bert's flag, and the cavalry charged fiercely at the enemy. It was a vast plain, and the German soldiers were caught off guard like fish on a chopping board. In an instant, they were scattered all around, with sheer chaos breaking out everywhere the sword swept. Those unprepared German troops turned into a torrential rain of death. The surviving officers could only surrender, and the German officer sneered. "Did you really think I'd be unguarded on the battlefield? Look at you." Fortunately, Joey survived the chaos. Blackthorn quickly broke free and rushed to Joey, as if they were long-lost friends. However, since the German army was all mechanized, the commander decided to execute the horses. Schröd felt guilty and suggested to the commander to use them for transporting supplies and wounded soldiers, which spared the horses. But Blackthorn refused to wear the harness, and if this continued, the commander would definitely execute him. Just then, Joey stepped up and demonstrated, as if he were saying to Blackthorn, "See, this isn't dangerous at all." Meanwhile, in England, Bert received a package containing Joe's painting and news of Loki's death, leaving him in shock. This means that Joe's fate was currently unknown, but their bond was far from being over. Meanwhile, Shrod, skilled in horse care, was kept back for logistics, while his brother was called to the front lines. Even though the commander knew his brother was only 14, this was the painful essence of war. Before the state machine, an individual's life seemed so insignificant. Shrod gave Joe's neck flag to his brother, wishing him luck. But soon Shrod regretted it, as he had promised his mother to look after his brother. During a troop march. Subtitles, he mounted Joey, and Blackthorn forcibly pulled his younger brother onto the horse, and the two brothers galloped all the way until nightfall, finally escaping to a safe place to settle down. They dreamed of going home together once the war was over, unaware that being a deserter was a huge no-no on the battlefield.